Screech. The sound of something grinding against metal echoed through the driveway like nails on a chalkboard, amplified by 1,000. I dropped my wrench in the garage and ran out to see my 8-year-old nephew, Tyler, washing my pristine raven black 1969 Ford Mustang fastback, using a jagged, grey river rock as a sponge. The blood drained from my face so fast I almost fainted. "Tyler!" I screamed. "Stop!" Tyler looked up, startled. He was holding the rock in one hand and a soapy rag in the other. He was beaming. "Hi, Uncle OP. I'm helping." It had bugs on it. I reached the car in 2 strides. I grabbed his wrist, gently but firmly, and pulled the rock away from the paint. Then, I looked at the hood. My stomach churned. The paint on this car was flawless. I had spent $15,000 on a bare metal respray 3 months ago. It was a mirror finish. It was deep, liquid black. Now, the entire driver's side of the hood looked like a spiral notebook. There were deep, white gouges swirling in chaotic circles. The rock had cut through the clear coat, through the base coat, and down to the grey primer. In some spots, I could see the glint of bare steel. I got the bugs off. Tyler said proudly, pointing to a spot where a mosquito used to be. Now, there was a crater of scratched metal. "You scratched it," I whispered. My throat felt tight. "Tyler, you destroyed the paint." "Nuh-uh," he shook his head. "It's clean. Look how shiny." He reached out with his soapy hand to wipe the hood, grinding the grit from the rock further into the finish. "Don't touch it." I yelled, pulling him back. My sister, Amanda, walked out of the front door, holding a coffee. She saw me holding Tyler's arm. "What is going on?" she asked, her voice sharp. "Why are you yelling at him?" "He washed the car," I said, pointing at the hood. "With a rock." Amanda walked over. She looked at the hood. She squinted. "Oh," she said. "Well, he was just trying to help. It's the thought that counts, right?" "The thought." "Ich zerrte hier." "Amanda, look at the scratches. This isn't a little swirl mark. He gouged the metal. This needs a full repaint. The hood, the fenders, he got the fender too." I walked around the side. Sure enough, there were long, jagged lines running down the front fender where he had dragged the rock. "It's just a car," Amanda sighed, sipping her coffee. "You're so obsessive. Just buff it out. Or put some wax on it. It'll be fine." "Buff it out." I laughed, a hysterical edge to my voice. "You can't buff out missing paint. This is $15,000 of custom paintwork. It's ruined." $15,000. She scoffed. "For paint? You got ripped off. It's black paint, OP. A can of spray paint is $5 at Home Depot. Stop being dramatic. Tyler is crying now because you scared him." Tyler was indeed crying. "I just wanted to help," he wailed. "It's okay, baby," Amanda cooed, glaring at me. "Uncle OP is just being mean about his toy car. We'll go get ice cream." "You're leaving." I asked. "You're going to pay for this." "I am not paying for a scratch on an old car," she snapped. "If you didn't want it touched, you should have put it in a glass box. Come on, Tyler." She grabbed his hand and started walking to her minivan. I stood there, looking at the white scars on my black hood. The sun caught the raw metal. She thought spray paint would fix it. She thought it was just a scratch. I pulled out my phone. I wasn't going to let them leave. I stood behind her minivan. "Move," she yelled out the window. "No," I said. "Not until we exchange insurance information." "Get out of the way." Amanda yelled through the open window of her minivan. "You are holding us hostage." "I am holding you accountable," I said, leaning against her bumper. "You refuse to give me your insurance. You refuse to pay. Look at my car, Amanda. Look at it." I pointed to the Mustang. The sun was hitting the hood directly now. The circular scratches shone like white scars against the black paint. It looked like someone had taken a grinder to it. Amanda turned off the engine and stormed out of the van. She marched over to the Mustang, dragging Tyler with her. "Look," she said, pointing to the bucket of soapy water Tyler had used. "He got the soap. He got the sponge. Okay, the rock. But he was cleaning it. He wanted to surprise you. He knows you love this stupid car, and he wanted to make it shiny. You should be hugging him, not screaming at him. Hugging him? I asked, my voice trembling. Amanda, run your fingernail over that scratch. I'm not touching your precious car, she sneered. Do it, I insisted. She rolled her eyes and ran a manicured nail over the hood. It caught. Click. It snagged deep in the groove where the rock had carved out the steel. See? I said. That catches. That means it went through the clear coat, through the color, and into the metal. You cannot buff that out. You cannot wax it. It needs to be stripped, primed, blocked, and repainted. And because it's black, they have to blend the fenders and the doors so it matches. It's a $10,000 mistake. Amanda pulled her hand back. She looked unsettled for a split second, but then her face hardened into that familiar mask of denial. You are such a scammer, she laughed. 10,000? For paint? I got my bumper fixed at Mako last year for $200. It looks fine. You just want me to pay for a whole new paint job because you found a little scratch. It's an old car, OP. It's supposed to have scratches. It's a restoration. I shouted. It was flawless yesterday, and it's not a little scratch. It looks like Freddy Krueger washed it. He's a child, she screamed back, getting in my face. He didn't know rocks were hard. He thought he was scrubbing. It's the thought that counts. Why can't you just say thank you for trying, Tyler, and move on? Why do you have to be such a materialist? Because my materialism is worth $60,000, I said, and your son just devalued it by 15. I am not paying you, she stated, crossing her arms. I'm not giving you my insurance because this isn't a car accident. We weren't driving. And I'm not writing you a check. Buy some touch-up paint at AutoZone. It's $5. Problem solved. Touch-up paint. Ich zerte hier. On a show car. It's a Ford, she yelled. It's not a Ferrari. Get over yourself. Now move away from my van or I'm calling the police and telling them you're threatening a woman and child. Please call them, I said, pulling out my own phone. Actually, I'll save you the trouble. I dialed the non-emergency line. What are you doing? Amanda's eyes went wide. Reporting vandalism, I said. You're calling the cops on your nephew. She looked horrified. For cleaning your car. For destroying my property, I corrected. You are sick, she spat. You are a sick, greedy man. Fine. Call them. They'll see a sweet little boy who tried to help his grumpy uncle. They'll laugh at you. She got back in her van and locked the doors, staring straight ahead. Tyler was in the back seat, eating a fruit snack, completely unbothered by the fact that he had just ruined a masterpiece. I stood by the Mustang, waiting for the cruiser. I ran my hand over the unblemished roof, the only part he hadn't reached. She thought Mako could fix it. She thought touch-up paint would work. I was going to get a quote from the best restoration shop in the state, and I was going to frame it on her wall. I didn't let her leave until the police arrived. The officer took a report for damage to private property. He was a car guy. When he saw the hood, he actually winced. That's brutal, he said. That's malicious mischief, technically, but since he's 8, it's a civil matter. You need to sue. The next day, I drove the Mustang to Classic Restorations, the shop that painted it originally. The owner, Mike, looked at the hood and shook his head. This is deep, Mike said, running his hand over the swirls. We can't just spot paint this. It's raven black. If we paint the hood, it won't match the fenders perfectly because of the age of the clear coat on the rest of the car. We have to sand the entire front clip, blend the doors, and re-clear. He wrote up the estimate. Strip hood and fenders, $1,200. Body prep, $800. Paint materials, PPG $1,500. Labor, $2,000. Total, $5,500. The invoice. I sent the invoice to Amanda via certified mail. I included photos of the damage and a copy of the police report number. She texted me the moment she got it. Amanda, you are out of your mind. I am not paying $5,000 for a car wash. I found a guy on Craigslist who will spray paint it for $300. Take it or leave it. I leave it, I texted back. See you in court. The court case. I filed in small claims court. The limit in my state is $10,000, so I was covered. Amanda showed up without a lawyer. She brought a can of black spray paint and a piece of paper with the Craigslist guy's number. "Your Honor," she told the judge, "my brother is trying to rob me. He drives an old car. My son tried to clean it. Yes, there are scratches, but look, paint is cheap. He wants a whole new paint job for free." I walked up to the bench. I handed the judge the appraisal from Mike. I handed him the photos of the rock. I handed him the receipts from the original $15,000 paint job to prove the value. The judge, a stern man with reading glasses, looked at the photos. The judge said, "This is a restored classic vehicle. The paint is a custom finish. You cannot repair this with a spray can. The plaintiff has provided expert testimony that the damage requires professional remediation." "But he was helping," she argued. "He's a child." "He destroyed property," the judge said. "And you, as the parent, are liable. Ignorance of the cost of classic car repair is not a defense." The verdict. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,500 plus court costs. Amanda turned white. I don't have that money. I have a minivan payment." "Then you should have stopped your son from scrubbing a car with a rock," the judge said. The aftermath. She refused to pay. I had to garnish her wages. Every 2 weeks, I get a check for $250. It will take nearly 2 years to pay off. The family is split. My mom thinks I'm petty, but my dad, who helped me build the engine, told me I did the right thing. I got the car repainted. It looks perfect again. I keep it in the garage under a lock and key now. Amanda tells everyone I stole her money. But every time I see my reflection in that deep, flawless black paint, I know I didn't steal anything. I just refuse to pay the price for her bad parenting.